Something I wish I was told before I turned 18 was how to navigate my life and or just coordinate my life. As someone who's lived in a chaotic schedule, never made a schedule, never really conformed to one at least, minus work and of course high school. Um, it was hard for sure. Nobody really told me what to do. It was kind of just figure it out. As is everything in this natural life, which sucks because growing up you're guided, you're given a certain thing to do, which is middle school and pretty much elementary, and you're given that guided hand, and once you turn 18 it goes away. And that sucks because not a lot of people my age know how to kind of do what they need to do, in a sense of they don't know what to do. May it be school, work, or anything they really like and their passion. Not a lot of people kind of really grasp how heavy that is, because as someone who was going through school, doing work, hanging out with friends, and just kind of balancing out my life, it's a constant weighing down that is like, if I don't do this, then this happens. It's a chain reaction, if you will. And I wish somebody were to give me advice in that sense to really help me and give insight on something like that. For someone my age, it's hard to really know what to do. And I kind of figured it out. Not that there is something to figure out, but it's a lot of learning that takes time to learn, of course. It's not something that once you're 18, you learn it automatically. No, because that's not fair. Life isn't fair, and everything takes time, sadly, but with my 18 years on this earth, of course, I've learned quite a bit. I've matured quite a bit, and kind of know, in a sense, how to give people that certain push, that certain advice that kind of gives them the insight, or that gives them the insight, period, to kind of better themselves. And with that, I definitely would love to say that the first thing that I would give everybody is, and everybody probably says it, may it be cliche, may it be anything, doesn't matter. Be yourself to the fullest extent. And not a lot of people get that. Granted, it's hard to grasp in a sense. It's kind of just, you have to do everything you want to do for yourself. You can't expect somebody to do it for you or someone to tag along with you. You have to be comfortable in the uncomfortable, only because you're the only one that can make your thing possible. And not a lot of people want to take that. Not a lot of people want to really listen to that truth, because a lot of people really get handed their things to themselves. Like, a lot of people just get them. Like, they just have it just to have it. They're privileged, yes, but it's also, there was no work done. So it's kind of like you're expecting everything to be handed to you, and it sucks. You got to live for yourself. And I've done that. I've told a lot of people to do it, and granted, they have done it. I've seen improvements and everything, but you really just have to do it for you, because if no one's gonna do it for you, then who else but you? You have to make it happen. My motto is make it happen or it's not gonna happen, pretty much. And with being yourself, you learn to grow, and that leads into my second thing. To grow and learn and everything, you have to make it happen. You have to make everything happen. You have to do everything for yourself. If you don't make it happen, how are you going to learn? If you don't fail, how are you going to learn? If you don't fail, how are you going to grow? If you don't fail, how are you going to experience? Granted, everything doesn't need to be a failure to have grown from it, to have experienced it, to have learned from it, because you can't have one thing without the other. You can't grow and you can't experience without both of them being in play. You have to grow to experience, and experience to grow. With that, do things that make you feel uncomfortable. May that be trying something new, playing a new game, making new friends, talking to people, texting that girl on Instagram, Don't be afraid to shoot your shot. Don't feel afraid to do something that's not you, because how are you ever gonna know that's not you until you experience it? And it's uncomfortable for people to do that. Granted, I was very uncomfortable to do most of my things, like may it be just anything, pretty much, like skateboarding, for example. I've skateboarded. It was uncomfortable to learn, but I got comfortable in it. I did it, and I love it. It's my favorite thing now. But not a lot of people are comfortable in the uncomfortable. I'm very, very, very lenient when it comes to that, because I give myself some grace. Obviously, you can't beat yourself down all the time, because at that point, it's where are you going to be happy? In any type of aspect of your life, you can't beat yourself down. You have to give yourself grace. That's my third one. You have to be very, 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 very lenient with yourself, because you put yourself up to somebody, like on Instagram, for example, that there's a guy, he's bodybuilding, and he's jacked, he's ripped, he's blah blah blah, this, that, the third, he's handsome, whatever, and you're like, damn, like I wish I was that guy, blah blah blah, and you're beating yourself up, and now you're like, dang, I should go to the gym now. Like, why are you doing that? You're setting yourself up for nothing. This is a guy, a random dude on the internet. You are setting yourself up to beat yourself down for no reason. And that's not something you should do, obviously, because nobody should do that. Love yourself. And with that, it takes time as well. You have to love yourself in every aspect you do, pretty much, in your life. You have to love yourself. And you can't keep beating yourself up. That's what I mean by being lenient with yourself. You can't keep beating yourself up. It's something you have to learn, or something you learn with time, of course. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And something else I wish I would have learned when I was 18, of course, well, or I'm still 18, of course, is definitely 100% that you can make it as hard as you want it, or you can make it as easy as you want it. And with that, of course, a lot of people don't really get the full extent of that. It's kind of just like, you choose to put yourself through things. You choose to put your mental block on yourself. You choose. At the end of the day, it's your body that's really, or your mind, in a sense, that's really putting your limit on you. And yes, it is hard to kind of not put that stereotype on yourself, or as in that connotation on yourself. And not a lot of people really know how to stop doing that. It's kind of just, you got to live with the wind. You have to move with the wind, because you keep putting that limit on yourself, you're not really going to get anywhere. You keep trying, and you keep trying to 100%, but you would never really experience failure. So when have you grew? You have no time to grow. You have no time to learn. Now, if you experience that failure and you're like, oh, I don't have to get an 100 this first time. Now you learn, and it's like, okay, now your approach is more methodical instead of 100% all the time. And that goes with anything you do. And you kind of just have to keep learning as you go, because not a lot of people want to do that. Of course, you got to keep learning. And with that, it's always going to be a constant. Your life as it is always going to be a constant learning battle. May it be a battle, may it be a graceful dance that you want to learn. And for me, it has been a graceful dance, and I love it. Yes, I have my days where it's up and where it's down, but I choose to look at it in a way of just like, okay, today was a bad day, but at least I woke up, at least I ate, I did this, and I'm praising myself for the little things, because it's hard to do some of the little things for anybody. And with that, you just kind of have to love yourself and, give yourself some leniency. And of course, to end this off, I love you. You are loved. Make it happen. Experience, grow, learn, eat good, and enjoy every aspect of your life. Yeah. I love you, and have a great day, great night, great morning, whatever it is. Peace out.